This shit did.
Yeah. This ain't no handouts. No shortcuts. No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
No
No middleman, I get it direct. Pressure talk, I don't deal in the flex. Cut the line, I don't wait, I collect. If it's mine, I'ma claim my respect. No middleman, I move with intent. Boss moves only, every dollar was spent. No favors, no deals, no rent. Built from the ground, now the whole game bent. Started with a vision, had to cut the distractions. No handshake, just results and reactions. They was talking plays, I was making it happen. Turn losses to losses, defeated the passion.
Disclaimer: this broadcast is intended for commentary, discussion, and entertainment purposes only. All topics and statements are based on publicly available information, including news reports, social media content, and third-party sources, which may include allegations or unverified claims. The views expressed are opinions and should not be interpreted as confirmed facts. This content is not intended to harm, defame, misrepresent any individual, organization, or entity. Viewer discretion is advised.
Two young men, one night, one decision. Can't rewind time, can't rewrite the ending. But somewhere the question changed in the room. From what did they do to who do we assume? Now Stephen, they battling NABJ. Talking reputation, what his character say? Funny how that word start carrying weight when your name in the headline and your legacy at stake. Character. Now everybody wanna talk when your name on the line. Watch the whole room stop. One bad night, they make your whole life bad. One accusation. Ooh, now you fighting for your name back. Stephen A. fighting NABJ over his young man in court. Different states, but listen, who you are and what you did ain't the same thing. But perception hit harder when the headlines rain. Character, who control the frame? Who gets grace when they coming for a name? Truth moves slow, narratives move fast. One moment hit the net, now they digging through your past. Courtroom cold, judge drawing that line. Can't dump a whole lifetime in one point in time. Reputation ain't proof, history ain't the act. Character ain't automatically evidence of fact. The internet got the gavel, one clip, one post, now your whole life unravel. Headline loaded, everybody choose war. Nobody asking what the evidence support. One mistake, that's who we always been. One good deed, he can never have sin. Both sides reaching, both sides choosing. Truth in the middle while the timeline moving. That's Stephen A. saying don't play with my name. NABJ criticism, put character in the frame. Defending his record, defending his work, saying look what I built for you, drag it through dirt. I ain't picking no winner, that ain't the mission. I'm holding up a mirror to the contradiction. When it's somebody else's character up for debate. When it's your reputation, character carry weight. Tell me who gets grace, who gets their whole resume put back in place. Who gets one moment, who gets their whole past. Who gets context when judgment moving fast. Different situation, don't twist what I mean. I'm talking about the principles sitting between. We love redemption when it's somebody we choose, but somebody we don't like, no benefit to lose. Possessing dressed up can resemble a fact. Repeated enough, nobody checking it back. Algorithms pushing whichever side gets clicks. Anger make money, new ones don't hit. No verdict from me, no innocent, no guilty. I'm watching where the facts in and assumptions get filthy. You own truth, then truth gotta cut both ways. Even when it challenges the side that you praise. Can't scream no more character when they come for you, then deny that same question when it's somebody you don't choose. Two young men, one irreversible night. Stephen A. Smith, one public character fight. Different circumstances, different stakes, but one word, keep controlling the debate. Character. perception gets to write who they are.
2 men, 1 night, one decision that can never be undone. And in the courtroom that followed, the entire fight wasn't about what happened. It was about whether you'd ever be allowed to know who they were before it did. Because the law does something strange on purpose. It walls off who you are from what you did in one moment. It says a jury doesn't get to hear about your reputation, your record, your character, unless both sides agree to open that door. That's not a technicality. That's the law protecting a truth we forget every single day. Who you generally are and what you did in one moment are 2 different questions. But we don't live like that. Out here, we conflate them constantly. One bad night becomes your whole story. One good deed becomes your whole excuse. We let a single moment stand in for a lifetime in courtrooms and comment sections and how we judge the person next to us. And tonight, that's what we're here to unpack. Not who's guilty, not who's innocent. That's not our show. Our show is this. When perception gets to override truth, what does that cost us?
Yeah. You're not rocking with the realest podcast in the room. No middleman. Souls. Soft rain. Uncle Plug. Let's go. No middleman.
There's news today in the Karmelo Anthony case. The Collin County DA, his name is Greg Willis, is speaking out for the first time since Karmelo Anthony filed this motion for a new trial. They filed it right away after the conviction. It was July 7th they filed. As a reminder, last month, a jury rejected Karmelo's self-defense arguments. They found him guilty of murdering 17-year-old Austin Metcalf after stabbing Austin in the chest for no apparent reason at a track and field meet in April of last year down in Frisco, Texas. Both of the boys were 17 at the time of the stabbing. That same jury sentenced Karmelo to 35 years in prison. Then Karmelo got a brand new legal team right after the conviction. And one of the arguments the brand new legal team is making on appeal is that they want a new trial. And one of the arguments that they're positing is that the prosecution, they say, breached an undocumented pretrial agreement between the prosecution and the defense, in which both sides allegedly pledged not to introduce, quote, character evidence, character, reputation, or extraneous conduct evidence concerning either Austin Metcalf, the victim, his brother Hunter, his twin brother, or the defendant, Karmelo Anthony. We're not going to do character evidence on any of these. And the defense really wants us to know in their filing that they had negative things they could have said about Austin, the dead 17-year-old, and his brother. And they list some of it there. Like, oh, we held off because of this gentleman's agreement. And we were told that the prosecution would hold off with respect to Karmelo. The filing describes the agreement as, quote, off the record, which is a weird term because we use that in journalism, but it's atypical in a legal proceeding. I mean, like a secret off-the-record agreement between the prosecution and the defense, what we're not going to introduce in a case involving a 17-year-old potentially going to jail for the rest of his life. It's weird. All of it's weird. But now Karmelo's lawyers claim that the prosecution violated the agreement in the course of the trial when they informed the court on the final day of testimony that the pact would not apply to Karmelo Anthony if he took the stand in his own defense. And they also said, by the way, Karmelo's attorneys, they were the first to breach this deal if we had it, because they opened the door to character evidence when in their opening statement, they mentioned that Karmelo Anthony played chess. So if we secretly had an agreement not to offer any character or extraneous evidence about, who these kids are in their free time, why'd you mention that? Now, according to Karmelo Anthony's lawyers, Karmelo then only had 10 minutes to decide whether or not to testify after learning that the prosecution might indeed bring up character or reputation in a cross-examination of him. And he ultimately decided not to take the stand. They're suggesting as a result of knowing the prosecution was going to introduce character evidence. That decision was incredibly controversial since his entire defense was self-defense. And, you heard here and elsewhere, a lot of lawyers say you can't really effectively make a self-defense claim without testifying, without having the defendant testify. So now this is his defense team trying to justify their decision. So Karmelo's trial attorney was a guy named Mike Howard. He's not part of the appeal. We introduced you to this guy. Remember, he had that little video like, oh, geez, I'm just a sweet guy. I'm like this nice guy who gets along with opposing counsel. In fact, we have that. I'm going to play part of it, not all of it. It's 20. Watch here.
So what kind of lawyer do you want? Do you want an aggressive junkyard dog who's going to fight for you hard? Or do you want somebody who has a reputation as, easy to get along with? The answer might surprise you. While, of course, it's important to have somebody who fights for your rights.
And he goes on to say, I'm the second kind. So I'm like the nice guy. want to keep going. So that's Mike Howard. Now, he's not part of the appeal, but he was the trial lawyer, and he wrote in an affidavit that his client's decision not to testify was, quote, a 180-degree change in the defense strategy, and it was a direct consequence of the breach of this gentleman's agreement. So now the DA is speaking out and disputing what's in that filing, as I just outlined to you, speaking to CBS, CBS Texas's J.D. Miles, who obtained the trial's transcripts. Watch here.
It's clear that many of these claims don't match what actually happened in court.
Collin County DA Greg
That's
Willis
DA.
says the trial transcripts obtained by CBS News Texas refute those claims when the judge and attorneys met behind closed doors during the trial to discuss whether Anthony would take the stand. During a discussion about the agreement, Howard says, I agree that deal, for lack of a better term, has held. I believe both parties have abided by it. The agreement became a problem for defense attorneys because it would limit what they could ask Anthony without violating it, and because Judge Roach was not bound by it, telling both sides, I am not here to enforce agreements between parties in a criminal case. If asked to make a ruling, it will be based on the rules of evidence.
So, by the way, you heard him there saying the agreement became a problem for the defense attorneys because it would limit what they could ask Anthony, defense attorneys, could ask Anthony if he were to take the stand. So the defense could not introduce, you've never been in trouble before, have you, son? They couldn't do that. And they, according to that report, they were the ones who were upset about that deal. CBS Texas also reports that the transcripts refute Karmelo's claim that he only had 10 minutes to decide whether or not to testify.
Howard's new affidavit says he was 99% sure before the trial that Anthony would testify. He blames part of the reason he didn't on being rushed during the closed-door hearing and the judge declining to extend our time beyond 10 minutes. But the trial transcript shows that behind closed doors, the judge gave Anthony a lengthy explanation of his rights and that the defense had more than a half hour beyond that to consider their next move, even allowing Anthony to consult with his parents before telling the judge, I don't want to testify. Did you think you had ample time to talk to your lawyers about that and got feedback from them, feedback from your family? You have had enough time to make that decision. Anthony replied, yes, sir, we did. What was your reaction to seeing this affidavit?
I was surprised, I was disappointed, and frankly, a little confused. I mean, I was there for every minute of the trial, and Bill Wersky and our prosecution team, they conducted this case so fairly and cleanly and professionally.
We asked Karmelo's new legal team, as well as his trial attorney, for comment on what the DA said there. We have not yet heard back. We'll update if we do. The DA expressed confidence that Karmelo's conviction would be upheld. CBS Texas reports a hearing on the motion for a new trial could be held as early as next month. Still with me, attorneys Arthur Aidala, Dave Ehrenberg, and Matt Murphy. This is a juicy.
So we're going to stop there. Welcome in everybody to the No Middleman. We're going to be speaking about character tonight. And I wanted to start off with this because Karmelo Anthony starting Wednesday, the 19th and the 20th, they're going to be not really fighting for a new trial because he will get another trial, but they are trying to put in new motions to dismiss the previous trial due to things of this nature. With that being said, I do want to bring up something for you guys. This is actually from Yahoo as well. Yahoo News talks about the Karmelo Anthony case. They're claiming that the attorneys claimed a secret gentleman agreement hurt the actual defense. So for those who don't know, and I don't know if this is new to y'all, it's new to me. But
new to me.
So they actually shook hands. The prosecutor and defense agreed that neither one would speak on either one of the kids' character, not the Metcalf family children character or Karmelo character. It says more than 2 months after Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of murder, Texas teen Austin Metcalf, a news report that Anthony's legal team entered into a gentleman's agreement that prohibited certain evidence from being presented to the jurors. So it goes on to talk a little bit more there. You guys can go on Yahoo News. It talks about that it blocked the information because they wanted this not to be a trial about each person's character, but about the incident at hand. Now, we can't play Tuesday or Monday morning quarterback, but it sounds like that would have actually helped Anthony's case more than it would have hurt Anthony's case. With that being said, there are some things too that probably could have been said about, the Anthony family or questions they could have asked. What kid hasn't been in trouble? Not every kid is in trouble with the law, but there's something that could make you change the way you look at a person due to their character or things that they have done in the past. On No Middleman, Souls always speaks about your character will perceive you. Like your character will get to a place before you get there. That was something I learned early in my military career, is that the way people think about you at one place will already be told at the next place before you get there. So a lot of times you're playing recovery, depending on what your character was like, or you going into a good situation that's going to just lead you into an even better situation. So just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this because, again, Karmelo Anthony dad actually put a post out on Facebook for those who are on Facebook, which I thought was a very powerful post about asking everybody to unite and be together. They talk about it on that video. They actually played it and read it. But he's asking everybody to come out to the courthouse in a peaceful protest, but just to be able to get a better outcome and show that he wanted his son to see everybody who was actually standing up for him in person. So for anybody who's in the Frisco area or in the Texas area that would like to do that, I would highly encourage you guys to go down. Because anybody who's been watching No Middleman, I knew he was going to get time, but I don't think the young man needs 35 years in prison. That's my opinion. But with that being said, how do you guys feel about this gentleman's agreement that blocked a character reference from being talked about on both sides? And do you guys feel like this could have possibly had benefited Karmelo? And how do you guys feel about it in totality?
I would say it would have helped. It would have helped him.
Yeah.
Because the things that I heard about the Metcalf kid was him and his brother, that they were both like kind of bullies. You know what I mean? Like they was kind of the quote unquote tough guys around the school. So it would have justified in a sense of why he was, but they didn't go to the same school, but that narrative would have, probably lessened the time that he received.
Yeah.
Had they known that type of character from the Metcalf kid. So yeah, that hurt. I think that hurt his defense. But his attorney to do that was kind of, I would say, silly. It was kind of silly to make that agreement. I don't understand why he would do that, because I mean, from my understanding, Karmelo's never been in trouble. If I'm wrong, somebody please correct me. I heard that he's never really been in trouble, but I heard that the Metcalf kid was actually suspended at the time.
Yeah.
And that would hold a lot of weight. So for him to make that gentleman's agreement, that was some poor counsel. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that, Plug. Because obviously the prosecutors found it beneficial for them to agree to that gentleman's agreement as well. Somehow his defense attorneys did not think that all the way through, because if they would have thought that all the way through, then they would have told them no. Because how can your character is who you are? How can you judge somebody and not know who they are? So to present yourself, up here on a stand, and he didn't even get a chance to talk about himself and to even talk about the incident and how he felt everything happened and went through his testimony. So I feel that his defense attorneys failed him miserably. Yeah, they did a bad job. Yeah, miserably. They did a bad job. I think, of course, yes, he should serve some time, but 35 years was a bit much for a young man who claimed self-defense. First of all, yes, he did in somebody's life. At the end of the day, somebody's life was lost, and we've said that since day one. But for the defense to agree to this, I'm assuming that the prosecutors are the ones that brought this up. I don't think the defense would have said, hey, we're not going to talk about character. We're going to leave it to the facts of the case. I don't think the defense even brought that up. It had to have been, my assumption is that it was from the prosecutor side.
No, it was from both.
It was from both?
Yeah, they both agreed.
Yeah.
I know they both agreed, but who initially?
Right here, according to the documents via Daily Mail, Howard planned his case around the understanding that neither side would introduce the agreed upon evidence. So they both agreed. This wasn't no like, and y'all can go find all this on the actual site in Texas. You could actually, these are public files now. Like you can go see all the transcripts. You can see all this information. So they both agreed. It wasn't one-sided. The only thing people didn't understand, even the judge said it. Like, I'm not here to honor handshake agreements. Like,
yeah.
So I
have
wonder
a question
what,
for both of y'all.
Go ahead.
Do you think that
just
we all are in agreement that was kind of dumb on the defense side of the fence? Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
That was kind of a poor move.
A horrible move.
Yeah.
So would you think that they all in cahoots?
Of course. But we also talked about this, right? We talked about the black attorneys that didn't want to touch Karmelo prior to this.
Yeah.
Like, he finally got him a good team now, and people who are pushing back, looking through the files. But you think about a lot of this possibly could have been prevented.
Yeah.
He could have been coached. He could have been coached better on how to actually present himself, because you got to think about it. Hey, talk about me, because they're going to have to talk about them too.
Yeah.
like I look at, like, I'll take that. I'll take that battle. You know what I mean? My character versus your character. I'll take that battle.
And even the 30 minutes that they gave him is still not enough. You're dealing with a child that's never been in court before in his life. All the jargon and the language that you're using, the verbiage in which you're using, does not make any sense. It's gibberish. To even you have to be very savvy in the court of law to understand that. The verbiage that in which they're using. You're asking him this question. He's already terrified. His mind is discombobulated. His life is on the line. Man.
And I do want to read this, because the defense did give a reason why they agreed to this. And I want, again, everybody go read it yourself. It's on Yahoo News. It says, according to the report of the Daily Mail published on August the 13th, Anthony, 19, was a victim of family violence. Both the defense and the prosecution kept that information from jurors during the trial. So it sounds, yeah. It looked like they were trying to protect. It's right. Just in case people think it's a. Let me show it on the screen.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's what I think. So they were trying to cover for the family as well. It's right here. It says in reliance upon the agreement, the defense also did not go into substantial family violence after Anthony had witnessed and been a victim of in his home. The document was filed on July the 7th. Read per the outlet. So you can go find this public record again. So at the same time, this could be, it could have been either way, right? Because
some told me to put on my Charleston. Hey, that's why Charleston was snapping, because that's all he do is read them documents.
Yeah,
and that's probably why he called him what he called him.
So you think about it, right? They just didn't sit down and talk to Karmelo. They said he had time to talk to his parents. So I'm sure at the same time they sat in their hallway and said, "Hey,
if you can't bring this up,
if you take the stand, they're going to start judging your family and your upbringing. That's going to look like you come from a violent household. It's going to look like you did this because you." So this is, again, here at No Middleman, we're going to, I'm going to follow this. Like, I'm going to follow this new trial all the way through. Like, because
boy, you just gave me something that changed the whole. Damn, that changed the whole.
But I will say this, guys, and I'm trying to do better at this. I will say this though, it's still not right. I don't care what he went through at home, at his house. It doesn't justify 35 years.
No.
So again, I would have took Let's put everything out on the playing field.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure if they went into Metcalf, they both already had allegedly DV and stuff, right? Apparently, like
they both come from violent.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those win-win. But I understand as a family, you got to come in and present as a unit and understand how you want things to look. With this being said, I kind of hate that this even got out now, though.
Yeah, I don't like that
because you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
I know exactly what you're saying. But but you know how angry you would have to be. You know how much disdain you have to have in your heart to want to break your father's arm.
I agree.
That's a lot of anger, bro.
Yeah. I definitely agree, especially at a young age.
That was one.
Pressure.
That was one of the things that had me leaning so far toward the self-defense situation, because I knew of that. So if especially just seeing that, just anything being, because I was an angry kid. I was an angry kid, and the force in which I used, even in situations that should have been lighter, was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So I can just imagine that young kid. Man, this is an unfortunate situation, man.
Yeah,
a life was took and two lives were lost, but this is unfortunate.
Yeah, but I also think it's very important for you guys to really catch on to the theme of the night, right? Character. The who, the why, the what, because again, the reputation of a family also affected a young man. You see what I mean? Something he witnessed in his household, right, that he had no control over, possibly affected the outcome. So even when we start thinking about situations fully on, everything you do today affects tomorrow. I know a lot of people look at certain things as like people backing down or not being confrontational, but I always tell people I'm going to live by this. Your character will perceive you. I'm telling you. And silence is golden. I'd rather people be on the fence about you than feel like they have a valid point about you. So just something to think about when it comes to character, man. We're going to be talking about character throughout the night tonight. But I thought this was just an amazing topic, man, because again, I do want to follow the Karmelo Anthony case throughout. He has a great attorney. He has a great legal team here in Dallas-Fort Worth now. They had a conference where they brought all families to a church and taught everybody about the justice system and broke everything down to the Black community, which is very vital for people to understand this trial moving forward. So I'm telling y'all, man, like amazing. I'm telling y'all. So we're gonna be keeping it close, man. Now I'm talking about, man. Thank you, plug with the member for 2 months. You know what I mean? Member for 2 months, man. Boy, y'all say Black people ain't faithful. Y'all say Black people ain't faithful. And shout out to Plug, man. Plug for the 19 ball putting this show together. Appreciate you, big dog, man. Appreciate you. So we're going to read through some of these comments unless y'all got anything y'all want to add on the tail end, but we will be following this very closely on No Middleman. Yeah. So,
man.
All right. Rain, let me see where I can start. We appreciate everybody in too on Facebook side as well. I try to acknowledge y'all because it's a smaller pool, but shout out to everybody in the chat. Skull, Penny, Super Matt, Jen, Marty, Miles. Happy birthday to Miles, y'all. Everybody say happy birthday to Miles. It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey, happy birthday, Miles, man. Y'all shout out to Miles, man. Miles, put your Cash App or something in the chat. Y'all pay that man for his birthday, man.
Buy him a drink.
Yeah, buy him a drink tonight, man. We appreciate you.
Buy you a drink.
So we're gonna get started here, right there.
Penny said that double speak is strong within her. Gun show, hey Gun show, somebody who's going to fight.
Talking about the new team.
Penny said the things that are done in the dark. Penny said, so when the lawyer gets some charges or get some consequences, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
BG said, nah, ain't no way the defense fell for a trap like that. They did. Penny said, like and subscribe because we care about character. Yes, indeed.
I like that one, really.
And BG said, prosecutors and defense shook hands, but the court of public opinion, witnesses, etc., didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Penny said, no 35 years within the OF model. Oh, when the OF model got 6. Yeah.
And Penny, I want to shout out to Penny because your comparison has been used all over the internet.
All over the internet.
All over the internet. I have seen over 300 different shows comparing Karmelo Anthony's case to this OnlyFans case. So shout out to Penny, man, for that comparison, man.
Gunshow said it could have helped him.
Yeah. Until we got that last piece of news.
Mm-hmm. His attorney seems like he really didn't have his back. Sko said if they were suspended, they wasn't supposed to be on school property.
That is big facts, Sko.
Mm-hmm.
Super Mac said, sup, oh.
What's up, Super Mac?
Penny said that's not complete representation if they making deals to exclude info. I guess it's just the American way. Penny said, what's up, Super Mac? BG said, if my life is on the line, you better not depend on a handshake agreement. It's like he had a court-appointed attorney or something.
That's big facts. That's big facts, BG.
Mm-hmm. Miles said Anthony was probably misled. Misled, misguided, misrepresented, all that. BG said this is utter foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
Penny said crazy part is he said the parents agreed to it as well, but he was a victim though. Supermax said Penny sharing alive 100.
Mm-hmm.
Penny said so fam sold him out.
Hold on.
Penny said I feel your souls, but if it's the white boy with the violent fam, he's America's sweetheart that was put in an impossible position. But a black kid, a product of the environment. Come on.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's why I said I would have put my character against theirs regardless.
Sko with the fire emojis. Sko said, I can tell from the icebreaker it's going to be a fire show.
Appreciate it, Sko.
Miles said, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And he said, it's the second trial for a shorter sentence. Can't see it being overturned.
Yeah, I think they're fighting for a lesser charge. It'll be great. Yeah. How long has he been in there so far?
Ooh, I don't know.
I mean, he coming up on some months, so I mean, but I think everything's going to turn around for him in a positive manner, man. But we'll keep you guys up to breast for sure. But I just thought it was very interesting, man. And so shout out to y'all, man, in the chat that keeping everything alive. Shout out to Plug for the super chat and the membership. We appreciate everybody. Skull with the membership as well. Jen, Marty, everybody. So we appreciate you guys. So we're gonna move on. Y'all already know, man. We got the white black girl news anchor, the only one on YouTube, better known as On the Radar with Rain.
Sovereign got Alabama grace all in the spirit, yeah. Georgia roots in the soul every time you hear it. Yeah.
So silly souls. Welcome to On the Radar with Rain, where we look beyond the headline and get to the conversation underneath it tonight. Of course, you know, I try to say within theme, character is on the radar. So let's get into it. So tonight we're going to talk about character, who we are, what we say about ourselves, and what happens when those words come back to us. Nearly 30 years after Tupac was killed, the murder trial of Dwayne Keffy D. Davis began today. Davis has pleaded not guilty, and he is not accused of being the shooter. Prosecutors allege that he helped orchestrate the shooting after an altercation involving Tupac and Davis's nephew. But here's where this connects to character. Over the years, Davis has spoken publicly about what happened that night in interviews and in his memoir. Prosecutors are now pointing to some of his own words as part of his case, though. His defense says those statements were exaggerated, unreliable, or made for attention. And that raises a much bigger question. What happens when the image you create for yourself comes back to meet the real you? Y'all know we live in a culture where people build personas every day on social media and interviews, podcasts, and sometimes people want to look tougher, richer, more powerful, or more connected than what they really are. But can you spend years telling the world, this is who I am, and then later say, that was only a persona? Character is not a proof of guilt. A bad reputation doesn't mean someone committed a crime, and a good reputation doesn't mean they didn't. So we can separate these three things. Reputation is what people believe about you. Character is who you really are, and evidence is what can actually be proven. And tonight, this case puts all of those three things in the same room. So you can roll it. So,
All right.
Las Vegas trial underway in the murder of rap star Tupac Shakur. It's happening 30 years after that moment. This is a live look inside the courtroom here behind me, where opening statements kicked off just moments ago. So prosecutors say former gang leader Dwayne "Keefy D" Davis orchestrated the 1996 killing in Las Vegas. Davis says he's not guilty to the murder he's charged with. Live now to CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman. So Katrina, what have we heard so far in the proceedings?
So the prosecutors are laying out this case, Reed. They're giving the whole history of these gangs in LA in the 1990s, Mob Piru, and then the Southside Compton Crips, and basically the boiling point that led to the shooting of Tupac Shakur, which is ultimately this murder charge against Dwayne Davis. They do not claim that he is the one that pulled the trigger, Reed, but they do say that he was a part of plotting the killing of Tupac Shakur and then handing over the gun that was used by his nephew, Orlando Anderson, they allege, to ultimately kill Tupac. So they are detailing all of the events that happened leading up to that night, including that all of them were actually at this Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas. We saw some video where you can actually see Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight, who was the CEO of Death Row Records, beating Orlando Anderson, that is Dwayne Davis's nephew. And there were events that led to that moment. We see this altercation occur, and they say Tupac's death was ultimately a retaliation for Dwayne Davis's nephew being attacked that night. So we're also hearing, Reed, Dwayne Davis's own voice, because there's this 2008 secret interview that happened with a federal task force. And what they were actually investigating at that time, we're learning, was the death of Notorious B.I.G. They weren't looking into Tupac, but we do have recordings that are being played for this jury where you hear Davis talking about what transpired that night. So we're already getting some of the salient evidence in this trial laid out just within the first 30 minutes of these opening statements.
Are you also getting a sense of what's expected from the defense?
I mean, what we believe the defense is going to ultimately argue is some substantial evidence here, Reed, is a memoir that Davis wrote where he actually appears to admit his role in the shooting of Tupac Shakur. What the defense is now saying is that this was something that was made up. He says a ghostwriter wrote this book and that really he was just trying to get book sales, make money. He's even claiming, I believe, that he wasn't in Las Vegas when this happened at all. So they're absolutely going to be trying to find ways to poke holes in the evidence that the prosecution is laying out. But first, we will get to see the prosecution's case before the jury.
yeah. So how much responsibility do we have for the version of ourselves that we present to the world? And should our own words be used to judge our character?
I ain't listening to nobody who names himself after some commissary item. Y'all know what Keefy is. Keefy is the company that brings commissary items, honey buns, potato chips, pickles and shit into the prison. I can't. How can we really trust the man who names himself after commissary items? Fuck, come on, man. Come on, man. And then he took a deal, a proffer, which makes you a queen for a day. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's been 30 years, y'all. 30 years. That's crazy.
That's what I wanted to ask you guys about. Why do y'all think they're still fighting this 30 years later? What's the significance behind Tupac?
Because I think after all this time and it's gone so quiet, so I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna be the one to climb that tree and shake that limb. They trying to get Diddy. He been quiet for so long. Ain't nobody said nothing about him. He been laying low. He paid for that hit. I don't care, bro. I've been at this for so long. So long. And I know he paid for the hit. And while they got him in custody, they want to go and bury him. Somebody's still pissed. Somebody's still mad about that.
Okay.
Somebody's still shuffling some paper around. It's still some money being shuffled around about this. Trust me.
Penny said discretion. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't understand why everybody want to write a book. Everybody want a memoir. Everybody want to write a. Yeah, like even Fauci, right? You're writing down in your journal. Well, why are we writing? Why are we writing down all these bad things we doing in life? Like when did that become
I'm despicable. You want to read about it?
Like when did this become a this is weird to me, man. Doing bad and then writing about it. That's crazy.
And then you're gonna say that, that was just a persona.
But
and it's not really who you are.
But Rain, if he didn't wait 30 years, it probably wouldn't sound so bad.
Yeah.
For real. Because I mean, tonight we're talking about character, right? A lot of these things we don't know who people are.
No.
You know what I mean? He probably was just filling in a persona. Like he probably was. Like for real.
You know, there's certain people that are just like if you can just watch like some old interviews of Tupac, just watch some old interviews of Nipsey Hussle. If you just watch them, like when they didn't know the cameras was rolling, you see a certain essence about them.
Yeah,
that's almost regal. You know what I mean? Like it's almost regal, and like people were genuinely hurt. Like, dog, I remember this, man, when it happened. And bro, like we were sick.
Hurt. Yeah.
Sick. Like even the teachers were hurt, saying, if you guys need to take some time, go ahead. Like they was allowing us to walk out of the classroom and actually deal with this. And you don't get that. Even back in that same time frame, you didn't get that with certain people. So the impact was so powerful.
Yeah.
That is still relevant to this day. Like there's two people, which is Nipsey and Tupac, that are actually being in trial, or someone is being apprehended, or somebody's connected, is behind bars due to their murders now in 2026. Even though it was more recent than Tupac's, but it was just as significant. People, his impact was like his music, his impact was more than his music.
Yeah. I think it's very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. But I think it's some truth to it, though. I think it's some truth to it. I think a lot of times, once reality hits you and them bars are gonna close in front of you, some truth will seek out here and there. Well, Mike Tyson said, everybody tough until they get punched in the mouth. Yeah, like that to me, that's what character is about. That's why I always think silence is the best killer. I think being able to hold yourself to a certain esteem, not go and speak about everything that's on your mind unless it needs to be spoken about, I think it's a very powerful method. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about character from a lot of different angles, but this is very unique, very, very unique. I'm talking. My boy said he wasn't even in Vegas.
That's what he said.
That was fugazi.
And everything he wrote in that book is just, it's just a persona he built. That's not who he really is.
He better not went to no casinos and because they got you on camera, big dog. For real. So
and he wasn't even living in the hood. The craziest thing about Keefe is that Keefe was a business savvy man. Like he was like a version of Wack. Like he was a Crip style Wack 100.
Oh, okay. Like a politician,
like
for the hood.
Yeah, like he did his business in the hood, but he didn't live in the hood. No, Keefe was sharp. You know what I'm saying? I know he was sharp. He was about his money. The man named himself after commissary items. I can't believe that. Like nobody ever got that. When I first heard his name, I was like, Keefe. Like, why would he name himself after some commissary? Oh, he was getting money.
Is he currently serving time, or is he just doing trial?
He served. Yeah, I didn't get to that part.
He's in Las Vegas right now. He's locked up in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay. On that case.
Yeah, because that's where it went down.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It went down in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is he already doing life anyway, or?
No, I didn't get that.
He hasn't gone to trial yet. He hasn't gone to trial yet.
Oh, that's crazy. He been sitting.
He got locked up for the interviews. See, he didn't get it. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's all the wet that he was smoking that fried his brain. But it's called a proffer deal, which is a queen for a day. So those evidence, with the evidence, and plus he went down right around trial time for Diddy. So that's why I feel the connection is. They trying to get him to get up on that, which he said it before, that he didn't get all the money that Puffy sent. He named Diddy several times.
He got locked up on September the 29th of 23.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's been in there for just 3 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. We're going to keep. We're going to Plug and Rain. Y'all might need to do a little update on this. Plug seems pretty in tuned. So
I've been on this case for a long time. Been on this case for quite some time.
Okay. Cool.
All right, y'all. That was On the Radar with Rain. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. And if you're catching this on a rewatch, leave your thoughts down in the comment section.
Sovereign got Alabama grace all in the spirit. Yeah. Georgia roots in the soul every time you hear it. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get to some of these, get the banner down real quick. We're going to get to some of these comments, and then we're going to be moving on to our next segment, and that's going to be the real spill with Plug. So let's get it here. Let's see. There you go.
Penny said, the sins of men are always recorded in the pages of history. Put it on a t-shirt. Said, if I do bad, only God and I know about it. I'm an angel. Skull said he had Biggie killed too, all alleged for content creation purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Miles said for sure a Diddy thing. Penny said that's how we keep time by tragedy. Hey Kelvin. Kelvin said, hey Rain. Penny said, Rain, Kelvin in the building for you. Welcome. Where you been, Kelvin? Because it's been a minute.
Hey, Kelvin, your resume ain't looking too hot, big dog. You seem very inconsistent.
Kelvin, get to that paper. What you do for a living, Kel? Kel, what you do for a living, Kel?
BG said he wrote a book bragging. Now they're using it as evidence. Same with rappers and lyrics.
I was just gonna say that, BG. They doing it to the rappers right now.
Yeah, Marty said they always take out the greatest influencers to our people.
But Mary, I ain't gonna push back.
Well, them guys was prolific. Those two, not all of them, but those two, yeah. Now, I know what you feel. I know what you want to say.
No, go ahead.
Not all of them, but those two. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you do listen to their interviews, I'd rather listen to, even though I like Victory Lap. I love Victory Lap, to be honest.
But no, I'm a huge Nipsey fan. I like Nipsey. It's hard for me knowing who Tupac really was. Everybody's giving him his persona, and that's what made him famous. Tupac was in dancing and arts and drama and ballet.
Yeah, he was in arts and drama. Yeah,
like he wasn't a street guy.
The environment, like, let me see, the environment shaped his mind. He was a, like what they say, a hood reporter. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell y'all this. If y'all need a lawyer or an attorney, get Plug on speed dial.
Definitely.
Plug will stand 10 toes down.
I'm telling you, man.
In the paint.
Plug will be and he will go in the paint so hard for you.
Yeah.
Because that's hard for me to grasp. That's hard for me to grasp.
If Pop was here, Pop was here right now,
I don't think
keeping the same Pop.
I don't think he would have kept that energy. I don't think he would have kept that energy.
No, he wouldn't have kept that. He wouldn't have kept that energy.
Pac would have been a Michael B. Jordan.
Pac would have been probably running for president of the United States. And
yeah,
I
he'd
think
be
the
like a
world would have
Denzel
backed him.
Washington or something. He would have been a great actor.
He would have been an actor. He would have been he would have been, by this time, he would have been probably producing films. He probably been directing films. Pac was every dude rolled into one, man. He spoke the pain of the struggle. But he had the mind of a politician and a revolutionary. Pac was everything, man. Pac was everything. Most of the guys you see that live
we
that
look
life,
down on that. We look down on that now, though. We look down on a person who really didn't live that life, but can speak on all avenues of life. We look down on that now.
Pac was a man of the people, bro. Like there be people, man. Like this is site that's on Instagram, and Pac got the people be sending in their photos from Mississippi, Tennessee, like these rural, country hood towns. Like Pac used to be in there with the people, smoking weed, drinking liquor, rapping, playing music, dapping up people, giving mamas money, everything, man. Pac was like that, letting people touch on him and, hug him and all that, man. Pac was a man of the people, man. Pac was a man of the people. I don't want people to say, like, just because somebody went to a private school, or they went to, the military, or they went to
plug, that's what happens, though. I'm giving you, I hear what you're saying, but I'm giving the reality part of it, because it's like we pick and choose who upbringing is classified as what real.
Who's some of the youngsters?
Like, just period in general. Like if you really and I mean, it's whoever the world likes.
The only ones, I think the only ones that would discredit him would be the gang bangers, or the ones that really was out there cripping and blooding and doing whatever. But at the same time, you know what they gonna say? Like he said on the song, "I love that nigga." I'm telling you, it still wouldn't have lessened the impact that he gave, that he had brought upon the people. Like, even the ones, the hardest game bangers, they still had respect for him, even though they knew he wasn't like that. They knew what was going on, but they still had respect for him.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I knew that hit came from the outside. That hit came from the outside. It had to, because nobody on the inside would have did that, because Pac was different. He was different, bro. It be them dudes, man. It don't matter what their upbringing was or where they started at. It's like, when you got around them, was they a genuine person? That's why I say, like, being real is being a genuine person, genuine, authentically you. You know what I mean? Like Scotty is genuinely him, bro. He ain't changing up. That's him. You authentically you. You ain't changing up. It is what it is. Rain is her. They can say whatever they want to say about what they think she thinks she is. She's authentically her. That's her.
But you see where I'm. So let me ask y'all this before we all want to hold up the show, because these are good questions. We're gonna have to come back to this, y'all. We're gonna have to do a whole series, because I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued by these conversations, because, like, my brain thinks, would Pac made it in today's society? Because our society now cares about, you got to stand for everything that falls under that umbrella. Once you disagree with that umbrella, which we're going to talk about in a few seconds with Stephen A. Once you don't fall under that umbrella no more, they let you go. You got to get wet now. You see what I mean? Like, I wonder, was it just perfect timing for Tupac?
Do you see my? The lens different over here at No Middleman. The lens different. You know what I mean? Like, the lens is different. We see things differently. You know what I'm saying? Than most folks do, because we also in a different age bracket. With age come wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fault the ones who, even if they're of age, don't necessarily mean they're of wisdom, or they've really seen enough. Like, most people, sometimes they done seen a lot, but what they've seen hasn't really affected them to make that change, to cross over into that wisdom.
Yeah.
To know that every fight ain't meant to be fought. To know that every argument ain't meant to be won. To know that everything ain't always what it seems. Knowing that everything ain't always as bad as it is. And everything ain't as good as it is.
I would highly encourage people, man. Start sitting in some different rooms around different people, man.
Yes, sir.
Watch people do 35 years of their life behind bars the hard way. Like, tell a plug. Like what you like. I don't like. I really need to start understanding. And Plug says it not to me, but he says it on his content. I have to start understanding how blessed I am with the men that I have around me. Like I really think I have taken it for granted for 40 years of my life, dog. Like when Plug came over, like when you sit around what I get to sit around, I witness people go the worst route. I witness a man do things that some people probably would call perfection or perfect father and all. Like I have so many displays of men in my life, and like I have to stop taking that for granted. I really have.
You
to
see how when that conversation was going, you saw how it was going.
Yeah,
a lot of us like, nah.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because the perspective, and it's like the perspective is different. Because it's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, but nah. You know what I'm saying? But most of you like, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it should have went there. Nah, I'll go with that. You know what I'm saying? It'll always be a 80-20 when you have a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what side your 80 and your 20 is on. You know what I mean? Sometimes everybody might be
jail. I'm supposed to be dead or in jail just with the lifestyle that I seen and lived in.
What was around you? Yeah.
Like my surroundings were not success.
But that's,
you know what I mean? Like you got to think about it. I lived with somebody that, you know, we loved that was on the run. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot to it. You know what I mean? He said he gonna come on. He gonna get with you too. But like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I think I really got to stop taking that for granted. That's something I've been thinking about over the past few weeks. I was like, man, what I get to sit in every day are the people that I can pick up the phone to call. I know that I'm blessed. Like I'm extremely blessed. Like my outcome is literally the men who have been in my life. Like truly. Like so, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But Plug says it a lot without saying it. I hear it on his content all the time. Like I think sometimes it is just the lack of having men in your life, not fathers. I'm talking about men, just
men,
just straight men. You know what I mean? Like watching like me, Plug. See, like me and my brother-in-law, man, we can disagree, but in such a respectful manner, dog. Like and like just a whole different banter. Like nothing never goes past this. It's just two cars passing in different directions. That's all it is. No friction. We might honk and wave at you. You know what I mean? Like it is just.
I enjoy it.
But then everybody could come back around too and see other topics in the same light together.
Yep. Boom.
But we might disagree over here. But man, I see what you're saying over here. You know what I mean? So like,
man,
it's fabulous. Blessing, man. It's super fabulous. Blessing, man. Yeah.
That's why I want to have that goddamn. I want to have that family reunion for real. Like everybody that be in the chat, come on. We're gonna have a big old nice little party, man. We're gonna kick it.
Y'all need to come on through, man. Y'all come on through, man.
BG said just research Kefe commissary. Keefe.
Hey, am I lying? Hey, BG, was I lying? And it was owned by Bushes. I think it was owned by the Bushes.
Oh, okay.
Kelvin said, gave you a light rain. Thank you, Kelvin. Appreciate it.
He only gave Rain a light.
I think he's on. So I think he's on your channel.
I don't matter. We just messing with you.
I know. Highly intuitive. Thank you for coming in. They said age of Aquarius is in full effect. Old stones will be turned.
Okay.
All right. Kelvin said, I'm retired, brothers. Graduated from UPS.
Okay.
UPS, girl.
UPS, same thing.
I told y'all. Rain be covered about this education every week.
I call it UPS. Y'all don't call it UPS?
No.
Y'all say UPS every time.
I
down
never even heard nobody say ups.
That's what we call it down here. Well, in Georgia, we be like, y'all seen that up truck going down the street? It's ups.
So you used to drink that 7 UP?
No, it's 7 Up. Y'all ain't never said y'all seen that up truck going down the street or where?
Never.
Baby. No.
You gotta go ahead and read Kevin comment. You gotta go ahead and pivot.
I know FedEx is a federal. FedEx stands for Federal Express. You not walk around here saying, "Hey, where's Federal Express at?" You say, "Where's FedEx at?" Right?
Okay. You right. You got it. I'll bad. It's all bad.
Y'all don't call it ups.
No, you're right. That's how bad. That's me and Plug bad. We're gonna next time we see him, we're gonna say, "What's up?"
Y'all, man.
Oh, that's funny.
I know it's United Postal Service.
We got you.
No,
right, you good. I promise you, you good.
Partial service.
It's okay, Plug. Don't even give up.
It's partial?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love y'all. Y'all just don't know. Penny said, welcome in, Holly. Penny said, Pac acted so well, the hood accepted him.
Hey, y'all, we covering. I got to get my mind wrapped around it. Me, Plug, and Ray gonna cover this whole Tupac thing. Yeah,
we'll do that. Yeah. Mighty said Tupac was about his people, and he was about growing in a ball. And you saw his interviews. Nipsey was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Superman said they don't have to take all. They just need to keep taking stars at will. It's demoralizing. Just open season.
I see what you're saying, Superman.
Mighty said is it the upbringing or how they present themselves and what they're bringing to society? It's about relatability.
Okay, Marty, I hear you.
BG said that last pic they snapped of him in that BMW is haunting. After the mask of adrenaline, say it, Plug.
Machismo
was gone. That's who he was. Penny said, I don't know if Pac could run for president with the Diddy files. What? Listen.
I don't care what nobody say. Ray worse than me, dog. Ray
is not no.
You got me in tears over here, dog.
Nah, I just thought about that picture, man. It's still that powerful, man.
Hey,
it's still that powerful, bro.
We be so bad. Plug takes a moment before he pronounces things down. Well, so you're not putting me on that bus. Oh man, my bad, y'all. We needed this laugh on Monday night, man. Go ahead, my bad.
Because we've been covering some heavy stuff like
we have.
Kenny said, I don't know if Pac could run for president with the Diddy files. I don't know. Superman said, no souls, a living Pac changes the now into a brighter now.
Okay, I see what you're saying. He's saying we wouldn't even be living. I like that concept.
BG said, I don't need to do that time. Wise men learn from the mistakes of others.
Big fact.
I know that's right.
Gunn said, whenever y'all had the family reunion, I'm there.
Yeah, we got you. We're gonna do one. We're gonna do a meetup this year, 2027. There will be a No Middleman Raw Society Network meetup.
BG said, no lies were told.
About
Maddie said, facts, Superman, we are under attack. What you say, Bud?
About the Keefe.
Okay. Superman said, agreement among men is disagreement with respect.
That's true. Hey, don't you do her body. Don't you do We're gonna make you a meme. We gotta make Raid into a meme.
Superman said nice save Rain. Penny said old school barbershop combo.
Yeah.
Miles laughing. BG said UPS is an acronym Rain. Pilot J said, funny as
Yeah,
hell.
we got new people coming in laughing. We got to appreciate you.
Hey, Pilot J. Welcome in, Pilot J. Super Max said, it's ups. Mighty said, that's that Georgia education.
Nah, that's that Alabama.
I went to school in Georgia.
Oh, she went to Georgia?
Yeah. Gun said rain me to nap. No, I'm well rested tonight. I'm well rested, Gun. I needed one yesterday, for real. Jen said you on your own on that one, right? Jen, come on, Jen. So you ain't never said ups, Jen. For real. United Postal Service.
Partial.
United Parcel Service. Pilot said no, never said ups. It's UPS.
Never.
Gigi said, let it go, rain. Pilot J said, Common Core in Georgia. Look, Pilot J. Let me tell you something. Don't do me.
Hey, Pilot, Ray was waiting on that dude from that Everlast. Y'all remember Everlast?
Everlast.
You might not think college is for you.
Oh, yeah. BG said it's a parcel.
Oh, my God.
Kelvin Jackson
said
she's right, and that was an honest job that paid well. I'm good. So is it up, Kelvin? Is it ups or UPS?
He just take it. He covering you.
Take it.
Okay.
He got you.
I'm taking the cover.
Don't make him lie further.
Superman said it's UPS rain parcel. Parcel. Is it parcel or parcel?
Parcel.
Man, y'all are on me tonight.
Parcel.
She said it's a battery. It's batteries like Duracell.
Monty said, has anyone ever researched Tupac's mother? Feeney?
I did some years back when I first was wondering about like him, who he became from childhood, but I'm gonna go back and do a little bit more. Like, we're gonna bring that show to y'all for real.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Penny said Pac and Nipsey different. Nipsey lived a life.
That's what I'm saying, Penny. We got to do it. Like, we got Plug here who got a lot of, like, we're gonna bring it for y'all. We're gonna compare the two. What we'll do is I ain't gonna give the title because I don't want to. We got it.
Both of them was for the people, man. Neighborhood nip, and Pac.
Rain. Superman said, let it rain, you good. It must be, I think it's a Southern thing, or maybe a Georgia thing. Miss V said, well, good evening, everyone. We appreciate you being here, Miss V.
What's up, Miss V? What's up?
BG said the wheels on the bus go around. BG, don't do me. Mighty said, but Penny, Pac, and Nipsey are from two different backgrounds, but influence the people the same.
I don't know, Marty. We gonna bring it to y'all. We're gonna bring it to y'all.
Penny said, true, that's why they different. Jen said, no, man. Jen, that must no. Okay, Mrs. V is laughing. Superman said, Parcel got me.
Parcels.
Miss V said, wait, oh my God, not Everlast. Penny said, Parcel. Is it It's Parcel.
It's good. Hey, right. I promise you, it's good. It's good. We gotta cover you now. We can't let you. Yeah, we got you.
Maddie said, it's okay, Rain. You need to put that in a meme. You are about to go viral when it's up. It's UPS.
When it's up, it is up. When it's up, it is up.
When it's up, it's up. Kelvin said, ups. She's right.
Okay. He got you. Okay.
Superman is laughing at Penny.
Oh my God, man.
Penny said that's the French pronunciation. Parlez-vous français? That's the only thing I know too. Miley said, hey, Mrs. V. Jen said it's a rain thing. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Ms. V said they both didn't make wise decisions for their safety after they got big.
Okay, Ms. V coming in with something new on the end. I like it.
Penny said, what we call brown then. It's brown.
Y'all so petty. Y'all petty.
Desiree Nicole said, "Who needs help with French? I speak French. The only thing I know is parlez-vous français. That's it."
Thank you.
What's
Welcome
up,
in, Desiree.
Desiree?
Thank you
Yeah.
y'all for coming in. She said, "I'm over here raining." All right, man. We needed that, y'all. That was real good. Man.
Yeah, man.
Couldn't have it without Rain, man. So y'all already know. We're gonna make sure Rain says the word that Plug is about to do on the Real Spill with Plug.
Hey, chat, y'all notice he didn't say the word.
Compartmentalize.
There you go, Ray.
Go.
Good job.
All right.
We done messed up the whole segment.
Nah, you good. We good. Hey, the real spill for the night is compartmentalize. Sometimes you have to learn how to compartmentalize. It doesn't mean ignoring your problems or pretending you don't have feelings. It means understanding that everything cannot occupy your mind at the same time. What happened at home shouldn't destroy your performance at work. And what happened in your relationship shouldn't make you neglect your children. One bad moment shouldn't be allowed to contaminate your entire day. But everything in its proper compartment, handle what you can handle right now and place the rest somewhere safe until you have time, energy, and clarity to address it properly. That's not running from reality. That's emotional discipline. Because when you give every problem unlimited access to your mind, you give it permission to control your life. Feel it, acknowledge it, and deal with it. And don't let it spill into every area of your existence. Sometimes things deserve your attention and they don't deserve your entire day. That's the real spill. I'm Uncle Plug. Choose wisely, act accordingly.
Great word of the day. Great word of the day, man. Great real spill with Plug. How you say that, Ray?
No, how you say it, so?
You know,
I said it.
How you said it, Ray?
Compartmentalize.
Yeah,
There you go.
compartmentalize. Yeah, compartmentalize. Yeah, got it.
Compartmentalize.
First
We
time.
gonna get
Yep. I got it first time.
You got it
Hey,
the first
yes,
time.
Yeah. I actually, when you sent it over today, I actually had to break it down.
Yeah. Now say subscribe.
Nope. I'm telling y'all, hey y'all, these niggas ain't your friends. They ain't your friends. They judging you on the low, but you heard what Plug said. You can't let these things ruin your day. They'll take over your mind.
Nope.
Oh man. Oh man, what a great night, man. Great night, man. So we're gonna move into segment number 2, man. So here we go.
You're not rocking with the realest podcast in the room. No middleman. Souls. Soft rain. Uncle Plug. Let's go. No middleman.
Saturday
Our show
night,
is dope as fuck.
I saw the president of the organization, Aaron Haynes, go up on stage and give me a thumbs down award for disparaging Black women. I received a lot of insults in my day. That might be the lowest. I'll address that in a second, but I want you all to understand the magnitude of what a few board members for the NABJ elected to try and do to me. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that in the history of the NABJ, according to my research, only 4 individuals have ever received the Thumbs Down Award? Usually, it's reserved for organizations. But myself, along with founder, owner, and president and CEO of Circle City Broadcasting, Mr. DeJuan McCoy, received it this past weekend, but also Jason Blair, the former, the disgraced New York Times reporter. That is the category that I have now been lumped into. I've been in this business for 33 years. I'm one of 21 African Americans in this country's history to have ever been named a general sports columnist. I have climbed the charts from an intern to a high school reporter, all the way to a columnist. I've hosted national radio shows, as I do right now on Sirius XM. I'm the executive producer and the star of the #1 sports morning show for the last 14 years. And I'm 5 weeks away from being inducted into the Broadcast and Cable Hall of Fame. Howard Cosell, Dan Rather, Edward R. Murrow, Mike Wallace, Oprah Winfrey. Those are just a few of the names inducted into the Broadcast and Cable Hall of Fame. And this coming September 29th, I am being inducted into the Hall of Fame, officially a Hall of Famer. But I'm not a Hall of Famer for the NABJ. So you can celebrate me to get my national television show to come to your conference. You can ask me to mentor and speak to kids for years. I once spoke at the Mentor Breakfast because Robin Roberts, who's also in the Broadcast Cable Hall of Fame, by the way, was ill and battling cancer at the time, and she could not attend that morning. And they asked me to sub for her. I have all of this, but I'm getting a thumbs down award. Really? You know, my family didn't want me to do this. My friends didn't want me to do this. They actually said, let it go. You know what else they said? They said, who the hell is the NABJ?
Yeah. Me too.
You know what my response was? It's the place to help get me started. It's the preeminent Black journalism organization existing. It's the NABJ. And it's important that I recognize that. You've had your troubles in the past, financial issues, dissension amongst the ranks, people battling for their own shine, whole bunch of stuff that has been listed about the NABJ. What I care to recall is the contributions I've heard people bringing up Jasmine Crockett. She was a representative in Texas, representing 766,000 people. Did I sit up there demonstratively asking, why would you curse out the president of the United States with the cameras rolling? How is that going to help you? Yes, I did. Why did I do that? Not only because she's in Texas, and I know they're a little bit different in Texas, a bit more conservative. And I didn't think that would work with her constituency down there. We also saw the issue of redistricting coming up to the forefront. And I said, you have an opportunity to be the Democratic nominee for the United States Senate, representing 31 million folks. And you getting that seat. Why? Because your education. Because of the fact that you're licensed to practice law in Texas and Arkansas and federally. It would have been a great, great thing. I'm like, yo, weave your way through it. Don't let this guy Tellerico win. Was I wrong? But here's the bigger question. Forget that. I apologize for even asking that question. Here's the bigger question. How is that disparaging? How? Oh, Stephen A goes after Michelle Obama. She's the one that compared First Take to a reality show. And I use that as an opportunity to say that this marvelous, wonderful woman, who's the greatest first lady in American history, who I have raised and praised and praised and praised time and time again, to the point where I said she should run for the presidency because there's no way she'd lose. All I did was say, I don't like the fact that you said a vote for him, as in Donald Trump, would be a vote against us as women. All I said was there's a whole bunch of pro-lifers out there. There's a whole bunch of people that care about the economy or immigration or safety in the streets. They might not even be thinking about this issue. And I also reminded folks, Black men revere Black women.
So we're going to stop there. So this is Stephen A. trying to defend who he is, who his character is, all the things he has done. And for those who don't know, this the National Association for Black Journalists. It's the NABJ. It was also a very notable place this past week because that's where Ben Crump, the Wells family were. So it was a lot of prominent people there in that room, as well as he got the thumbs down. he didn't talk about that part, but I'm sure the audience had a lot to do with how he's feeling about it, because sometimes you care more about those who are seeing it than how it really impacts you. With that being said, I thought this would be perfect for character, because Stephen A. Smith is now trying to protect his character or protect what people might perceive about him or the perception of him, and trying to justify the things he have said, even the positive things he have said. And I know a lot of people might feel a certain way about it, but I can definitely understand and relate to like what he's going through. But I would love to hear y'all thoughts.
Go ahead, Ray.
Unfortunately, he felt he needed to defend himself in the situation. Obviously, the board member sat down and brought his name up and had a whole statement of why they gave him a thumbs down, which I don't understand. After, I did watch Stephen A's response, not in full, not all the way to the end, but the initial part where he did address the thumbs down piece just a little bit. But for him having, I don't understand him having to pull out these different, or him even being able to pull out these different places where he is disparaging against Black women to make a point and defend himself. And I don't understand why the NABJ even gave him a thumbs down. So maybe I'm not fully on the road when it comes to, or in the right direction of this, but I don't understand his needing for defending himself in each separate instance, like Michelle Obama, like Kamala Harris, like Jasmine Crockett. Why he has to go to each instance and make that defense.
Okay. What you got,
People are going to see what you like. They're going to see the bad in you before they see what's good. They're not going to see the hard work you put in. They're not going to see, the situations that you stand on, because, oh, you Black, you should already stand for that. So when you go against it, you go against that stat quo, then they're going to elevate it, make it bigger, and it overshadows all the good that you did. And that happens on a regular basis because the court of popular opinion stands true. Mm-hmm. And it stands true and firm. So those who follow you, watch you, and hold you at high regard, you lean to what their opinion is of you instead of the masses. And just know that, it was I know you just want to come and defend yourself. You know what I mean? You want to come to defend yourself, but some things you just don't have to give it life. You know what I mean? Because I promise you, nobody, their attendance and the people who was watching was probably low. You probably got more views than they did, Stephen A. And but when they attack your character, to a man, that's something. That's something, especially when someone of a lesser, someone you would like on a scale see is like, nah. You know what I mean? You got to be mindful of the things you take stances on and the things you don't take stances on. You gotta be mindful of the things you comment on and the things you don't. Because I told you that 80-20, I would wish that it'd be 60-40. It used to be 60-40. Before the court of popular opinion was at the front of the room, it used to be 60-40, but now that 80-20, you gotta be mindful. If the room's on 80 and you're in the 20, they're gonna do that to you. And when you're in the 80 and they're in the 20, that's when you get highlighted.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate because nobody sees the behind the scenes. Nobody sees the charity work, the philanthropy, the late nights and early mornings. Nobody sees that. Only there. I don't know. My lens is realistic. You know what I mean? It's just realistic.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
And I definitely agree. Reading this amazing book that Plug first introduced to me called Principles, it actually gives you a great look at yourself. And like you can start putting yourself in certain categories. And Plug just said something, and I'm gonna read y'all two things. The first thing I realized that I'm a hyper realist. And I'm gonna read to you guys what that means. It says understanding, accepting, and working with reality is both practical and beautiful. I have become so much of a hyper realist that I learned to appreciate the beauty of all realities, even harsh ones, and have come to despise impractical idealism. That's where I stand today. That's why a lot of times when those individuals who are watching No Middleman or watching me on another platform, sometimes it might be hard, but I live in the reality of everything. I'm not really shooting for hypotheticals. I'm not looking for facts that nobody did present. I'm giving you real time what's in reality. And I'm hyper fixated on reality because I have seen too many people make decisions off of their thoughts, how they feel, this is what that person told me. And I feel like we're living in a world today where you can lose your life when you're not sitting in reality. And another thing that stood out to me, it falls under cultivating meaningful work and meaningful relationships. It says, be loyal to the common mission and not to anyone who is not operating consistently with it. And I think that is something that we have to start to be able to understand too. When you work in reality, there's going to be a lot of people who can't work with you. See, a lot of people have dreams and aspirations and all these things. And for me, I'm like, well, no, right now you can't, you're not there yet. Like I'm more about, let's talk about where you are today, not where you're trying to get 20 years from now, because 20 years can change what you thought your goals were today.
Yeah.
But if you're not real, because everybody give us these cliches, be where your feet are, be present, but y'all not really telling people what that looks like. And that looks like hyper realist. When you're present, when you where your feet are, you see right now in the moment. You're not thinking about tomorrow's podcast. No, today I have to accomplish this mission. And if you don't have people who are on that same boat, they can't consistently work with you. They can't move forward with you. They can't think with you. And that's one of the things that you have to start understanding. It's a beautiful thing, but it's also a very hard thing to live with because everybody don't live in reality. I would say probably 80% of the world don't live in reality.
At 20. It's that.
And so I'm learning a lot about myself in the midst of real time situations because I only operate now. Now I have an elephant brain. I could tell you about everything you did in the past and everything and make it all make sense, but that'll take a lot of my time and a lot of investment. So I try to stay in the reality of where I am and be present with where I am. And I think that's one of the things that Stephen A has to understand, right? For all the Black people who are against you, there's 80% other Black people who love your content, love what you do. They're going to keep watching your show every day. They're going to pay towards your thing. This dude got like 6 different shows and they all get millions of views. You're doing something right. Even if they're there to hate on you and see what you're going to say wrong, they're still there. And that's one of the things that I really realize is that people are still there. You're still present. So you either enjoy the entertainment or you don't.
Hey, bro.
Go ahead.
I didn't want to interrupt you while you was trying to land
Anything.
your plane. When you was landing your plane, Penny said exactly. I swear, dog. He said exactly what I wanted to say.
Which one? The last one?
Yeah. It is.
He says,
and it's
true, but the real is ugly and not marketable to public. It goes against the powers that be agenda. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
not everybody's gonna accept it.
They're not. You know what I mean? And the ones that you know deep down in their soul is not like that, and you know that they're not like that. They are the polarizing ones that's in everybody's face, that's driving the masses to destruction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're the polarizing masses, bro. And I like these people, like, I hate getting to know these people, because I'm just there for my entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how it affects, you know what I'm saying, the masses until it affects the masses. You know what I mean? Like, most of that stuff, you be like, man, this shit here finna fuck up everything. You just know it. You just know it. You just know it. Like, deep down, you're like, this shit that he is saying right now is gonna drive these. Like, I could just listen. That's why I don't watch State of the Unions. I don't watch any of that, because I just know something's gonna be said where it's gonna be like, that boy loading up right now. He finna load up his whole rifle. That man he dying in his bunker right now. He in the back of his garage right now. Everything loaded. I just know. You just know it. And it's deadly, bro. It's deadly. So that's why that he shouldn't even spoke on that. He needs to learn that. He needs to learn that. Everything doesn't need to be attacked or exposed. Everything doesn't need to be attacked and exposed, because, you know, it kind of lessens your value.
Big time.
It lessens your value.
Power is built on mystique.
Mm-hmm.
The less people know,
that book serious, ain't it?
Oh yeah. The less you know, the more you assume.
But even his family told him not to speak on it.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how not to. See, Stephen A. still thinks he's chasing success. He's found it.
He's already there.
He's already there. Like he doesn't have, like, those rooms that don't want you in there. They're just not for you, and it's okay.
Like when I tell you that the moment that Skip was gone and he was there, biggest win ever.
Yeah.
Biggest win ever.
Yeah.
And the moment that Shannon left Undisputed and got those 93 million views, he was there.
Yeah.
And they still chasing that invisible bullet.
And I think him speaking actually affects his character more than it helps his character. Because when you speak, it allows people to now use what they said against you. Because they're listening to his whole hour dialogue, they're only gonna hear the parts that make them feel justified. And that's something I had to learn too. Like, people will only hear what justifies their perception or their opinion. They would never read the whole thing. That's why people go viral on clips and not full live streams.
Yep.
Because your clip might say something, but the live stream will show that you actually went against what your clip said.
Yeah.
So we live in a world today where everything's clipped. Just clip.
little small pieces of information versus the whole picture.
Yeah, Rain could say she hate black tennis shoes, but if they only say, "Oh, I hate black," oh, that's a white lady that says she hates black.
Yeah.
They never watch the rest of the clip.
Mm-hmm.
I see it all the time when I'm responding to people on our clips. I be telling, "Hey, please go watch the whole show."
Yeah.
like they got a whole different concept. Like, please go watch the whole show. Like that is not what you got out of that. But again, man, I thought it was just a great avenue to talk about character. And we're going to talk about it in so many different levels. We're going to get to these chats. And then this next one, I think is going to be very interesting to y'all. Very, very interesting. In my opinion, it was interesting. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. But here we go. Where we going to start? Yeah, here we go.
Miss V said, Marty. Oh, Marty said she was crying, not raining, but crying.
Same thing.
Miss V said, plug on fire. That's how I'm interpreting it. Kelvin said, glad I brought a smile to y'all's faces. Indeed. We appreciate you, Kelvin. Mrs. V said, plug.
Yes.
And she's got the praying emojis. Jen said, so say it.
Y'all are not finna get me.
Miles said, ask Siri. I've done it before. Hey, Siri, how do you say? Supermax said, at Kelvin, respect. We love ups, sir, and thank you. Monty said, so don't be rain. When you both are in the same boat?
No, hey, Marty, don't, hey, Marty, I've been good to you today. Hey, Marty, we been good today.
Mrs. V laughing. Jen says, subscribe.
She said what plug was said.
Oh, Penny said, like and subscribe for more UPS content. Hey, Penny, thank you for putting them periods in the middle. Mrs. V said, 100. Kelvin said, stop hating on ups. Mrs. V said, Souls, you are a great leader amongst great leaders. I love it. Iron sharpens iron, and the fish always rots from the head down. Y'all make me proud.
Thank you, Miss V. It means a lot. Appreciate your content, man. I've been able to catch some of her content. So,
and that dude that been trying you, man.
Yeah, she got a troll. She got a troll for real.
Supermax said, right category for real. Thumbs down in the white one. Kelvin said, glad to say I graduated from ups and not from prison. Absolutely.
Big facts.
Hey, they ups me out there making some money. Mrs. V said, man, Stephen, speak on what they said in regards to you.
Miss V said, get to what they said about you.
Penny said, but if it's so BS, then why give it legs?
Facts.
Miss V said, all this drag on grandstanding. So praying hand for Mrs. V. Penny said, hashtag truth hurts. Mrs. V said, all this is grandstanding. Penny said, so you just mad that your own people are not claiming you when it's not popular, but you sway whichever way the grass grows. Hashtag Kyrie apology.
Penny said he ain't letting them breathe today.
Supermax said, way too late. The black delegation took his card in the beginning of history. Penny says, Stephen A. character spend like Monopoly money.
Hey, you know the craziest thing? Penny is the longest standing chat member that we ain't never told her to put his pickup.
It's not
you know that?
That is true.
We have never told Penny, we have never asked you to put your pickup. You know that? True. We never say, nah, Penny, you got to put your pickup, bro. Nah, he the only one.
Yeah. Well, I think Plug just initiated you. We need you to get that pickup, big dog.
Mrs. V said, but yet he had no regards for how his public opinions have affected those that he chose to speak on publicly, and that's his choice. And they had the right to give them that award the same way others have received that award, that he lacks accountability. Superman said, oh yeah, he's emotional too. Miles said he stepped on a few people on his way up, probably paying for it now.
Yeah.
Molly Curum. Is that Curum?
Yep.
Comes
You
to
said
mind.
that
Oh, I
you
did that
said,
right.
now you said the hardest name.
On point. Bing.
Mrs. B said he needs to let this be a lesson and take into consideration his words and the accolades of people he speaks on in the derogatory way that he speaks on them at times. Penny said he played in the gray too much with people's careers and his opinions. Now that it's on him, you want to be black or white. No, dog, in my Shannon Sharp voice. Mrs. B said, please pull up examples of his attacking people's characters.
Miss V going at him. Yes, I ain't noticed when the people on fool with Steven.
Hey, Penny and V at his neck.
Yeah.
Penny said, don't say it, don't say it when they go low, we go high. Do use First Lady's words against her. Don't. Mrs. V, praying hands. Penny said, like and subscribe for Soul's hyper realistic commentary.
We read that one.
Miles says Jamil Hill. Penny said, as long as the forecast say rain, they can continue to spit it up in the air. Penny said, the biggest thing Stephen A. missed is that his family said, who are they? The relevance.
You from Miami? Welcome in.
Welcome in, T-Poo or Tip. Uncle Plug said, Tip, we are discussing character. Welcome in, T-Poo, Stephen A. He said, let's get jiggy with it. Mrs. V said, or with the laughing emojis. T-Poo said,
University of Miami.
Oh, okay. Hey.
No. That's why I was saying what I thought.
Okay.
Okay. Penny said, Range is a light-skinned Georgia peach. Mrs. V said, Penny fire. And Mrs. V gave Rain some flowers. Thank you. And she said, we just keeping it a bean.
Just keeping it a bean. I like when Miss V say, hold on one second.
Yeah.
And then she come back. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. So
anyways.
He said rain in ATL now.
A little bit south of there. I don't want to stay nowhere near that though.
Yeah. So we're gonna move into segment number 3, and I think this one's gonna be very, very interesting.
You're not rocking with the realest podcast in the room. No middleman. Souls. Soft rain. Uncle Plug. Let's go. No middleman.
Now I gotta preference this. This is not towards you. This is not towards you, Plug. I know we had a conversation like this, but this is not towards you. Okay, this is literally about her. Okay. I said,
you talking about?
It says, beware of your changes when others are present. So this is Chris Sean. For those who don't know who Chris Sean is, she is one of Blueface's baby mamas. He has a few of them. But I'm going to show you guys 2 clips of Chris Sean. Chris Sean on this first clip is going to be talking to Deion Sanders about her renewed change, her relationship with Christ that she was building. I don't know if y'all know, like this same live feed, she actually went into like rapping Christian music. But so I want y'all to hear this conversation. And he was also telling her to be aware of Blueface, like don't go backwards. But here we go.
In his favor anymore. So then, like, I don't know, bro. He told me fix it, play. I said, who are you talking to? Like,
yeah, but where are you right here?
Where I'm right here, I feel like I need to have move with more discernment and just stay disciplined.
Yeah, but is there openness? Is there closure?
There's closure.
Okay. Well, I understand that we have to do things for the child and we want to see what's best, but sometimes we get caught up into digressing because we want to do what's best.
No, that's for sure. That's exactly.
Sometimes we get into reading comments instead of reading the Lord.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that too.
Yeah, we gotta start reading comments of what comments will want us to do instead of reading what the Lord will want us to do.
Right.
Because you are so progressive, like you got so much momentum. So much momentum right now. You're looking good, you're stunning, you're doing your thing, your swagger back, your skin glowing, your body looking incredible. I don't want to see you miss anything.
Okay, my bad. That hit.
No, I just don't want to see
I
you miss
appreciate
something
this.
that God could have for you because you're going forward right now. Everything about you is forward.
Right.
And when a nigga like me see something from yesterday,
yeah,
you know, in your way to stop your momentum, I get afraid of for you. Because sometimes we're not that strong to fight off those old feelings and emotions and that old tag that the enemy has on us. We get caught up into understanding and doing what's right for us. Yeah. Not for anybody else, but for us. Right. I know you want to be loved, you want to be appreciated, you want to be seen in a certain way, but we are seeing a whole new you that we've seen years ago, and everybody is happy for you. And everybody want to see you win. So when we see your yesterday with your today, we get scared for you.
No.
So that was Deion Sanders taking the time out of his day to contact Krishan and tell her how he felt about her improvement, her changes in life, noticing how she was actually improving her relationship with God and herself without Blueface. Well, she didn't take the advice of Coach Prime, and this is just the other day, Krishan out with Blueface. Here we go.
Chill, right? Bro, I ain't even gonna lie. I thought somebody was yelling, "She pregnant." This nigga Blueface talking about get cracking. Man, and you ain't slick with that little kick either, cuz you ain't have to kick the bitch. Go back up! Don't jump in.
So that's her less than 24 hours ago with Blueface after Deion Sanders, spoke into her. She actually had a live today on Kick where she talked to Deion Sanders' daughter, and them actually called and checked on her after they seen the altercation. But I think a lot of times we don't think about character and how the people that we surround ourselves with changes and alter our character. And I will highly encourage people to understand that if people are not actually encouraging you, they're affecting your character. That doesn't mean you're above a real approach or you can't take feedback, but I'm talking about somebody literally hindering your character. And that's what we're witnessing with Krishan. We witnessed somebody who went into isolation, became a better version of herself, but couldn't break away from that guilty pleasure of someone who brings the worst out of her. And I know I knew she was gonna win that fight. I don't know if y'all follow her. She's boxing and everything now.
Yeah,
so,
she boxing.
So them hands different, you know what I mean? And she always had hands too. But like, I really want to talk about this because I think when we talk about character, we talk about it from situations and things of that nature, but we never think about the people that are present with us who affect our character, good or bad. So what is y'all thoughts?
I'll jump on this one, Ray.
Well, I mean,
I bought a devil.
Different people in around you bring different sides of you out, unfortunately. I wish she would have taken heed to what Dion was telling her. And sometimes it takes somebody from the outside like Dion to open your eyes and bring reality to you a little bit. But obviously she didn't take heed to his counsel. And unfortunately she let somebody else's decision to swing at her in this situation to take it further. You know, she had to defend herself.
Yeah, but she was fighting the girl for Blueface. So it's more to the story than like she just didn't come out. She came out to defend him. That's why old boy said he didn't have to kick her. Like she came out to defend him.
Okay.
Yeah. So
she just in the wrong place anyways.
Yeah. Anywhere near Buddy.
Right. Anywhere near him. Yeah, anywhere near
Anywhere
him.
near Buddy. Because he can't make no money without her. Because don't nobody want to see him dolo. The only way it works is with her. So he only using her to get bread. He's a buster. For real. Like for real. He's a certified buster, man. Because if you see that individual trying to make a change and be a better human, why would you come over there? You know, come on, man. You know when you're a woman kryptonite. Stop, man. You a sucker, man.
But when is she gonna take accountability within herself and say, no, I'm not gonna be in this situation. I'm not gonna continue to let you put me in these situations either.
It'll never be enough until it's enough.
Yeah.
It'll never be enough until it's enough. Never.
And we already know how the world gets down out there. That fight could end a whole different way tomorrow in Cali.
Years, time. You know what I mean? It's soul ties. It's soul ties. It's soul ties. It's absolutely soul ties to the fullest extent. You know what I mean? That man, you my baby mama, man. I love you, man. They ain't gonna never change. You know what times we had. Sucker.
She gotta want better for herself and her child.
That man a devil, man. That man a devil, man.
And you think about it though, she kind of falls into the same boat as Stephen A. Smith. And this is just a valid comparison, not a false equivalent. He cares so much about how others view him. It's the same thing that's affecting her. Right now, Blueface is, think about it. You got a call from Deion Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
But the call from Blueface means something way more.
Mm-hmm.
So she's at a point right now in her life that's who she wants her validation from. That's who she wants. That's who she wants her approval from. Because the world is already rooting her on. She's annoying the world. I'm talking about like what Plug said. Like when she's on her kick and live and tweet, she go viral. Like I'm talking about like by herself, her and her little son. Like they do their thing. When she went over to AB and did boxing with AB and them, just even there, she took herself out of a bad environment. Once she noticed that Dean was being disrespectful, she left the gym. But it's almost like when she gets around her kryptonite, which we would call Blueface, it changes her whole character. And I would tell people, again, this is just Souls giving his soul-isms. I'm very weary about people who, once I notice that I'm being different, I can't be around that person. That's a number one thing for me. That's what I would tell people, even in relationships. Once somebody takes you out of your character, if you're not somebody who argue and you start arguing with people, that ain't the person for you. if you're not a person who's physical and you start becoming physical, you need to go.
Done.
Yeah, like your character will perceive you, and everybody needs to be able to see your character, and your character can't waver. Like you might be insatiable to some, but it's okay. You just got to be who you are, because you might be insatiable to some and then others are going to love you. It's just all about how it's all about who you care about getting it from.
He the devil, and she want him to love her like she love him. It ain't gonna happen.
And it's just dangerous when I seen that, man. I'm like, bruh, like she's been doing so well, man. She's a mother, you know what I mean? Like doing so well, and in the moment, you go from getting that sound advice to literally, I think it was like a week later, it was almost like matter of fact, she called Blueface after she got off the phone with Dion, and he kind of blew it off. He was talking about everything else but what she was like excited about, because she was super emotional, and he started talking about a whole nother thing. So, but prayers to Chris Sean, man, and the whole situation. I just thought it would be a great piece to talk about character, because a lot of times we think about isolated incidents or people trying to protect themselves, but sometimes it could be those around you who are actually affecting your character. So just something to think about. You muted, right?
You muted.
Yeah. And Supermax said, no, it's raining. Raining in ATL. Oh, okay. And welcome into our people from Facebook as well, Alberta and Erica. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce your name. We appreciate you being here. Everybody from Facebook. We're above 10,000 followers now too, y'all, over on Facebook. So our following is getting heavy over there. Penny said no comment. Supermax said he's schooling gently. Penny said, okay, giving into temptation, even a dumpster fire still stink after it is put out. I'm just saying. Gunn says she's going to continue to get tested.
Big facts.
Zenoracle, Zen, we're gonna call you Zen. They said indeed.
Zenoracle.
Supermax said, wow, that's the worst of us. So much for gentle schooling. Mighty said, I'm so tired of people screaming God and then going outside acting like a trollop. Penny said, souls, can we call it better?
What do you mean?
Supermax said, add Mighty accountability salute. Sko said, Unc, you read my comment because I know you're unfiltered.
Where's that, Sko?
Which one was it? Did I pass it, Sko?
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. Penny said she keep going back accountability. You see his comment?
No.
Penny said, sad day knowing Gen Z gonna be in control of the world.
Sko, try to send it again. I don't know if it like.
Yeah, because on what's the name, it cutting up.
Mighty said, when is she gonna grow the hell up and acting like an adult and not a street thug? Supermax said no self-defense in that video. That was all aggression, negative.
She got hit first.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Zen said, yes, he is a devil. She is in the bondage, and I am not sure she will come out this time because she has seen so much of the light, and God will not be mocked. Mark these words.
Okay.
She said it's called addiction.
All right, Zen Oracle, welcome in.
Penny says she been replaced and the upgrade is just as basic. If this ain't grooming, I don't know what it is. Predator.
Straight up. You're a devil, man.
Zen says she's in bondage. Supermax said not knowing what a father figure looks like makes it hard to see even if it's right in front of you. Gun said right. Penny said, Souls, you said she was doing better, but better is questionable. Supermax says she means it's not better. It's not better, Souls.
Oh, okay. My bad, y'all. I was trying to uplift our African American. Okay.
I'm trying to find what Sko at.
Sko, put that comment.
Yes. So you have to put that back in there. I don't see it on my vertical side either. So
I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't think it went through, Sko. My earlier ones didn't go through either.
So we're gonna get into our last segment of the night, Souls Talk. All right. This might go over some of y'all heads, so I'm gonna break it down first. We have Claudette Colvin and Rosa Parks. So for those who don't know their Black history, Claudette Colvin was actually the first Black person to boycott riding on the back of the bus. She was 15 years old when she refused to give up her seat March the 2nd, 1955. Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat December the 1st, 1955. One was 15 years old, one was 42 years old. The NAACP considered building the case around Colvin, but chose Parks instead. Colvin was overlooked for decades because she was a teenager. Parks had an established reputation. Colvin's background was seen as too risky. So we're talking about character tonight, and I want to bring y'all a little bit more of education about Claudette Colvin, the forgotten teenager who said no before Rosa Parks. And I wanted to finish off with this today because I thought it would be a very interesting fact, and also to show people that your character will perceive you, and the way others think of you decides if people want to pick you to be legacy or just a lost memory. So, as you see here, on March the 2nd, 1955, a 15-year-old Black student in Montgomery, Alabama, refused to give up her seat to a white passenger named Rain. Her name was Claudette Colvin. She had recently learned about, in 1954, Brown versus Board of Education ruling in class, and she could readily quote the Bill of Rights from memory. So think about how educated this young 15-year-old was. That day, she had firmly believed she had the law on her side and chose to act on principle. Her decision came nearly 90 months. I mean, I said 90. 9 months before Rosa Parks made a similar stand. Yet civil rights leaders largely left Colvin out of the public story, and why. So you guys can go over and read this on the history thing, but I'm going to show you why they left it out. So on the dramatic day of her arrest, on March the 2nd, 1955, Colvin boarded a Capitol Heights bus on her way home from school and sat in the front row behind the seats reserved for white passengers. When a white woman boarded and needed a seat, the driver, Robert W. Clear, I might be saying his name wrong, ordered Colvin and 3 other Black passengers to move. 2 complied immediately and 1 moved reluctantly. Colvin refused. She told the driver that she had paid her fare and had the right to keep her seat. The driver warned her again and called the police. And when the officers arrived, they demanded she move. Colvin just repeated her claim that the Constitution protected her position. The officers pulled her from the seat, grabbed her school books and handbag, and took her to the station. She later recalled, "All I remember is that I was not going to walk off the bus voluntarily." So it later goes on to talk about that the reason why she wasn't actually picked to do this movement was due to her conviction. Her conviction actually was the reason why they chose not to use her as the person to lead this same thing that they chose Rosa Parks for. It says both Claudette and Rosa Parks refused to give up their seats on Montgomery buses, and both faced arrest for disobeying segregation laws. Yet Parks became the public figure chosen to symbolize the cause. She had served as secretary of the Montgomery NAACP, worked a steady job, and had an established reputation in the community. At the time, civil rights leaders generally believed they needed someone who had an impeccable public image. Colvin was intelligent, brave, and had legal troubles, and relatively soon became a single mother. That fact made some leaders fear that the press would use her personal life to discredit the movement's aim. So I wanted to close out with this segment on Souls Talks about character, because this woman, Miss Claudette Colvin, lost her seat, no pun intended, in Black history due to other people having their own perceived opinion about her character. Her being a single mother, having a kid, her being arrested for the same thing that Rosa Parks was arrested for, and also having to move out of her home. If you guys go read the longer article, she also had to move out of her home and go live with other family members. And I want to really close this show today talking about how important perception, character, and what others people may perceive can sometimes dictate your legacy. And this is something that's why I feel like, again, we talked about education on Rain's show last night. We've been talking about it a lot. People need to go educate and read for themselves. We hear something all the time that said there's nothing new under the sun. Rosa Parks was not the first to not give up her seat, but she was the right face for the right case. So what is y'all thoughts?
And the right complexion for the section.
Complexion, yeah. So what is y'all thoughts about this? 9 months apart, two people. He said a beautiful vantage point. Thank you. Thank you. What is y'all thoughts about this on Souls Talks?
You want me to go, Rain? This was 1955. Segregation laws. Segregation laws in 1955. My mama was born in 60. My daddy was born in 58.
8, yeah.
In 58. And there was segregation laws in 55. Oh. I don't know how far we've come. I don't know how far we come, because at that time, it was still white and colored. But when I had to address that first. And then as you talk about character, I think it was more about the complexion. I think it was more about the complexion. And it's amazing how Black folks are just as skin colorized as white folks are. I'm trying to not get emotional about this shit. I get mad about this, dog. I really do, dog. I really try to take the emotion out of it, but it's just hard for me. Yeah, I'm completely niggified.
No, but I think I could definitely understand where you're coming from when it comes to like the colorism, right? Like that always been a big thing, which you talked about it earlier on your show today, the Willie Lynch letter, right? It talks about the division and how we would do these things. But I also feel that this is where choice comes in. And this is why I wanted to talk about this when it comes to care, because some people will use you as their platform and not turn back around and say thank you. If you think about it, Rosa Parks could have easily brought her to the forefront.
With her. Oh, absolutely. I see that. So
you never get anywhere by yourself. Claudette opened the door. Rosa Parks just walked through it. And I actually used to tell my daughter about this all the time when she was little, when we used to talk about black history and things of that nature, because there's a lot of things that we just don't speak about because it doesn't meet the status quo. So it's cool to talk about Rosa Parks, right? It's cool to talk about her, but it's like, okay, and Miss Claudette still talks about this. You can go find interviews of her talking about it. You know what I mean? And I think it's very important to understand that this is why I always say it's okay to agree to disagree. Because we are stronger together than divided.
Definitely.
Doesn't mean, think about it, they both had the same vision. She was 15 years old with the same vision that she wasn't going to give up her seat no more after she learned about her constitutional rights. But just because she came from a bad home, had a baby out of wedlock, that makes her not eligible enough to be part of her history? And how many people? And how many people knew about Claudette Colvin?
I just found out about him.
I didn't know for a long. I was grown.
I just looked up her interview. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, like it's out there. Like, and me and Plug, we talk about this stuff outside of here. Like, but like that's why I tell people like you have to be very you got to be very abreast. Because these games that like Souls talks about even now that we see on all these different levels, I seen them. They're already in history.
Let me ask you this question.
Go ahead, brother.
Being that we just talked about the 1955.
What you got for me, brother?
1955. When in the Foxtrot uniform, Charlie Kilo, has America been great?
Can I ask you a question with a question?
Please.
When has Black America decided to accept Black America? Because
in its totality?
Yes, because I think again, I say this all the time, so it's like beating a dead horse, but I keep telling y'all how powerful we are. But the reason why we don't seem as powerful is because we will leave the person behind that started the mission.
How white people, if you watching,
it's the one right here.
If you are watching, just think, just for a second, just like I'm gonna pull you into the mind, the plug, real quick. Just think. You see these things, these laws of, where the Klan was, legal. Lynchings and hangings and castrations and then segregation laws, burning crosses in people's yards, and just riots, snatching people from their homes. Like, how does that make you feel? I know as a black man how it makes me feel. I'm pretty sure Souls as a black man how it makes him feel, But how does that being of that race, how does that make you feel?
I don't think they can answer it, Plug. I don't think they can answer it. And again, this is not going to be a popular take. They can't answer it because they still only see us as divided. You see what I mean? Like, yes, I don't think we really look at how we're seen. I think people take disagreement. Disagreement is not the problem. But when we need to come together, that's the problem.
But the design is always been to eliminate.
But we control the blueprint.
I know, but the design, like, do you understand that the dollar is nothing?
Of course.
But the dollar runs everything. That illusion. Like that illusion. Like, this is reality. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is reality. And the dollar's an illusion. And everything that has been set in place has been to destroy or maim or emasculate us. Like, every mission, plan, scheme, position has been set in place to eliminate, imprison, or kill. Like this, it's like, okay, so everybody believes that the dollar is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody believes that that dollar is real. So everybody believes like that there's no hope for the
Yeah,
future.
but Plug, you also, again, everything goes back to the lack of knowledge. Because what was the first form of currency?
Bartering, sugar,
But
tobacco.
even after that, the first form of currency was people putting slashes on a stick. Like if there's a DVD out there talk about money, it's I think it's like the history of money or so, but it talks about like all the history of currency. Like currency used to be on a stick. You would take it to the king or whoever gave you the allowance, however you want it, and they would put the slashes on the stick. We don't even think about it. Banks are opened on no money. Go look at this is in the history books. This is on video on a DVD. Like banks are created off of no money. That's why the best time to go get a loan is at a new bank. Because your debt creates their money.
Yeah.
And I feel we are where we are because we don't have the knowledge. Like we only look at one thing because I'm kind of saddened that y'all didn't know who Claudette was.
Not until I got grown.
And you can go back and watch some of my old No Middlemans, and you can watch some of my old lives that I did before No Middleman. I talked about her before multiple times. Even on my Facebook, you can go back years ago when I used to do the post for Black History every day. Because everything starts with the knowledge. We're fighting against people who have no knowledge. The only thing we focus on is slavery. We don't have any knowledge past. I mean, not everybody. Not some people do. I'm not speaking for everybody, but a lot of times our battles are against the lack of knowledge. Not that we can't do the things that we want to do. It's due to we lack knowledge.
Is that Ezekiel? That's Ezekiel, right?
What are you talking
My
about?
people perish due to lack of knowledge.
Oh, yeah. So man, I just wanted to close it out with that. I thought it would be a powerful message for the masses. We will read the chats like we always do, and then I don't know if Ray, were you able to? You got a closer for us, Ray?
I do.
Okay.
Good segment, dog. Good segment, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Great. It was a great show. Show, y'all. Hey, great show.
I will say, make sure y'all share this out. I will say this too. There was a lot of things that I didn't know about the civil rights movement until what I was only taught in school, of course, through my years, through my grade schools. But I visited Memphis, and I went to the National Civil Rights Museum there with the Lorraine Hotel, where unfortunately, where Martin Luther King was killed. And there was a lot of things in there. I'm a person who likes museums and whatnot. There was a lot of information in there that I never knew went down, during that. And it was a very emotional experience for me as well there. And there were a couple of people there that I saw that had emotional moments as well that probably didn't know some of the things that happened during that time because they were ill-educated, just like I didn't. And maybe I did learn about Claudette listening to some of your podcasts and earlier things. I don't know exactly where, I don't remember exactly where I picked it up from, but I never knew that. They never really taught that in my schooling here. Not that I remember, so.
Matter of fact, if y'all want, I'm thinking about it after Rain said it. If y'all go back to, I think it was our Pretty Privilege show. It was one of our segments we did about pretty privilege. I talked about this because we talked about the complexion and the light skin of Rosa Parks.
Okay. Mel said, "Good evening, souls and rain."
What's up, man? Welcome in. She used to the late night. We normally start about 11.
Yeah. Penny said, "Claudette, she get her roses." Definitely. Penny said, "Souls, you wrong for Plug and Rain name in the narrative."
What I did with the plug? How I put plug in there?
You said no. You say plugging Rain's name.
Oh, okay.
Y'all
so petty. He's talking about low blow.
So global. Penny said, we all know that narrative is just as important as the principle. She couldn't be the face of a movement with no public image. Penny said, especially in that time of history.
Mm-hmm.
Marty said, perception and character really do influence how other people see you, and I feel it would have destroyed that movement to use Claudette.
Wow.
Can we say that Claudette planted the
Wow.
seed?
Wow.
Yeah, she planted the seed. She definitely
planted the seed, and Rosa birthed it. It took 9 months, right?
Yeah.
Claudette planted the seed, and Rosa birthed it. Yeah.
Did they stage Rosa?
Did they stage Rosa?
Gave it enough time to die down, and they staged Rosa.
From studies deep down, it was.
I'm just throwing. That's my soul's perspective.
That's hard for me to see. That's hard for me to listen to. I mean, that's hard for me to intake this.
Perception and character really do influence how other people see you, and I feel it would have destroyed that movement to use Claudette.
Not using Claudette is why you single mothers have the appearance and the perception you do. Think like we have to start putting things together. Like the perception men have about single mothers and women, that was Claudette. But that was a single mother who was trying to actually create a movement.
Zen said, beautiful vantage point.
What did the right hand say to the face? Slap.
Supermax said, the truth needs a warm blanket for the masses to sleep with.
Damn. Where you
Penny
get that
said,
from?
put on a shirt. Penny said the white community would have used it to take out the civil rights movement before it got off the ground.
Hey, buck up, souls, buck up. Stop. Get out of
that
sucker place.
It's okay. I'm not here. I don't want to feel like everybody think I'm pushing back on everything. So I'm gonna let people have their,
get out of there. I see it. Let me see. This thing gonna tick. Get out of that sucking place. I saw you. Come back. Go away from the line.
Like it's hard, dog. Like it's hard. Like that's why. Like I don't know, man. Like words are important, man. Like people have these preconceived notions of souls, but I feel like sometimes I fight harder than the ones who say they really are, because I'm fighting. I'm fighting with reality. I'm giving you something that's factual, and you guys are pushing back with negative, not knowing what the future could have been for her. We're dictating just because of the time, and like we're making all these assumptions, and we're then justifying the white man. That's what you're doing. But touche. Go ahead.
Mel said 1955, even in the white community, underage and unwed pregnancy was frowned upon. I think the appearance of personal impropriety, aka character, drove the choice. Penny said, plug, colorism is a plantation scheme, house versus field. Mighty said, it's like having a mixed child. They're never black enough and they're never white enough so that they fit. Zen said, honestly, the first young lady opened the way for Rosa. There are factors around the color and age difference. They used Rosa. Gunn said their mindsets were different back then. Mighty said Rosa Parks was just black enough. She also said, I didn't go to school in America in elementary, and they taught you about Claudette in Antigua, where I did go to school. Supermax said about 20% or less souls by design. Zen said Claudette is a legend as a portal and not a welcome mat. There is no Rosa without Claudette. Penny said, but in this country, to achieve success as a Black person, you have to be perceived as above approach to be considered competitive with an average white people. Hashtag evil.
Yes, because us Black people, we ran with that narrative. Y'all are running with it with Claudette right now. The white person's narrative is only as strong as the nigga make it. Y'all, it's crazy, man.
Say it. Say it.
No, I just said it. Like we're saying all these things, right? And then they try to make me look like, oh, Souls, you're not paying attention. No, nigga, I see the race, but I keep telling you how powerful we are. like I see the race. Like I see the race.
Oh, I didn't think you was there.
No, like all the way up. I'm reading all of the chats. I see them already. Like I'm trying to tell people,
I
like,
didn't think you was there.
Yeah, like I'm trying to tell us how strong we are if we just come together.
Oh,
the scheme only works because the creator of the scheme is using us against each other. And I'm gonna say this again. I'm not telling us we have to agree on everything. Mm-hmm. But I do feel that we should see how powerful we are. But we can't turn the other token and say, well, they picked her because of her complexion. We should be angry that Claudette name wasn't Justice for Claudette. Like, why aren't we not as fired up about this? That was a 15-year-old, y'all.
15.
That was a 15-year-old ahead of her time. And she ain't had that baby out of wedlock until afterwards. It's crazy, man.
Mina said, my mom was born in 55. And she said, and we are in 2026 and still segregated.
We only segregated amongst us ourselves.
Penny said, we keep continuing the negative thoughts, energy, principles that we supposedly left behind. Might have said facts, Penny. Zen said, bondage is deeper than one can imagine. Supermax said, we don't hate you white people. We just see history and we're the ones feeling it. Mel said, hello. Sko said, I knew about her. I just didn't know her name. Supermax said, I'll take a plate at Penny Cooking. Penny said, Souls, we can barely come together over tragedy. So to say it's an illusion, we are fractured, or one people is not true. Zen said, points. Mel said, they seriously messed up when they left the gold standard.
For sure, for sure.
Jen said, yes, sir. Mighty said, I feel that all children should go overseas for some of their early education. Mel said, I had heard Claudette's story. Putting her and Rosa together was years in the making for me. Mel said, nice to meet you, Raw. Gun Show said, real good show. Appreciate you, Gun. Penny said, great show. Like and subscribe. Skull said, I think so, Unc. Mighty said, you have to look at the time. Penny said, Claudette wouldn't have changed the single mother perspective. Mighty said, as a single mother, we have been looked down on since the beginning of time, regardless of race. Penny said, it would have made every Black mother look like a single mother. Mighty said, being a single mother is always going to be taboo. Souls, be who you are and stop holding your tongue. Be who you are. Penny says, Souls, you're ignoring the racist perspective of America as a whole at that time. Mel said, I hear you, Souls. The potential for progress and advancement is looked over for political gain. Zen said, dang. Mighty said, we have been taught our whole lives about field and house. And because of that divide, we now in today's society look at light skin, dark skin. We don't all look at just we are Black. And come in all colors, shapes, and sizes. Penny said, I agree. We are powerful as a collective and individuals. Mighty said, but souls ourselves is what makes segregation grow. Superman said, when was the last time the collective made a move, souls? Superman said, let it fly, souls. I love it when you...
You fine, you fine.
I love it when you're wrong.
Yeah, we can agree to disagree, Superman. I think that's the problem. You see it all the time. Everybody wants to be right, but I don't know how you can be wrong when you say that we need to team up together. All y'all did was give me excuses about the past and what you see today. How can we move forward when we only look at what we know what the barriers are?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know what the barriers are. We understand that the destination and how we're gonna have to get there going to be a little bit tougher. But I mean, how can we not want to see the other side?
I think that when I think back, like even when I was a youngster, we was never together per se. It was all about, making sure that, like when people say, yeah, I got a whooping if Miss Jenkins seen me down here doing something wrong. But I think it was more about protecting the community than coming together. Because I never, like, if we had fireworks, nobody ever got fireworks collectively together, like went to the store together, bought the fireworks together. It was always, I think it was more of a, like we was in the community separately. Like when I think about, let's just say Black Wall Street, those was separate businesses that was in one community. You know what I mean? But nobody was like, there was no, everybody got together and brought money to this dude to start his business. Everybody gathered together to bring money for his business. It was always somebody pulling themselves up by their bootstraps and actually going to do something for themselves to be a better part of the community, but never. So that's why I guess, like, so separately, like you do what you do in your home to make sure your family's taken care of. I do what I do in my home to make sure my household's taken care of. Rain does what she does. And it's just, but it's not, then we come together as a community here, but we still do things separately. You know what I mean? Like I never thought that it was supposed to be together, because it seemed like that when we do come together, there's conflict.
You know why?
You know
Because
what I mean?
you know why it's conflict? Because you just said it. You just did everything separately without a goal in mind. You only had an individualistic goal. You had no group goal. And like, again, for those who don't know, I would highly suggest y'all go watch my Shreveport segment I did, because it'll show you guys why I think the way I think. In our Black community, Shreveport, Louisiana, that's what Black people did. Everybody came together. We didn't always agree, but we came together to have the same mission. I talked about the Black dude who became a doctor so that they could use his offices to have hidden meetings with all the Black people. And my pastor, Reverend Blake, was literally, he marched with Martin Luther King. He marched with Malcolm X. Like they brought all this stuff together in the community. Not saying that we all are going to agree, but I feel like we could come together. Like it's just certain. I still feel like we can move the needle. You know what I mean? I still feel we can move the needle a little bit better together. Not saying we're going to agree on everything, but we can at least move it together. You know what I mean? So
it's like religion. You know what I'm saying? It's like religion. As much as it brings us together, the more it tears us apart. You know what I mean? It's just, I always thought about how I can fix it. You know what I mean? Like, how can I fix it? You know what I mean? And it always comes back that I can't go outside. I always have to fix what's inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, before I can think about the entire Harris, Jackson, Foster, Davidson family, I have to think about the Davidson family. Let's get Davidson on point, and maybe we'll be an example to the Jackson, the Fosters, and the Harrises. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, Yeah, I hear that too, and I've seen that episode, and I was like, I was elated that it was so much unity. You know, and I was elated, but it's like I think about my community. It's like it was such like capitalism on a small scale. Like everybody was fending for themselves.
And Penny,
Everybody
I would highly suggest you go do the full research on Tulsa too. Tulsa did rebuild. Go look at the reason why once they rebuilt, why they really separated. Everybody needs to go get the real details. Like really take the time out to get the real details. Or if you ever get to travel and go to the Black History Museum in DC, Tulsa recovered. It's just when they recovered, it was kind of what Plug was just saying. All the Black companies started focusing on how they can do for themselves and no longer for the collective. Tulsa was Tulsa was rebuilt, y'all. Like go read the whole thing. Like I don't want to feel like I'm preaching to people. That's why I don't see these long dialogues. But I just feel like everybody throws out these one-offs, and it's like, well, go read the whole thing, go do the whole research. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, we appreciate everybody with the comments, man. We appreciate y'all. We'll get there one day, man. We'll get there one day. So, but what you got for us, Rain?
All right. So tonight we talked about Karmelo Anthony, Stephen A. Smith, Krishan Rock, Kefi D, Rosa Parks and Keefe. Rosa Parks and Claudette Colvin. Very different people, very different circumstances, but all connected by one thing. How character is perceived can shape the way people receive your story. Sometimes perception works against you. Sometimes it works in your favor. And sometimes, like with Rosa Parks and Claudette Colvin, the person in the public is more willing to embrace the person the public is more willing to embrace becomes the face of a much larger story. That doesn't mean character doesn't matter, because it does. But tonight was about recognizing the difference between who someone actually is, what they actually did, and who we've already decided they are. Because once a perception is created, everything that comes after that can get filtered through it. So the question I want to leave with y'all tonight is, are we judging the facts in front of us, or are we judging the character we've already assigned the person? Thank y'all for watching No Middleman tonight, for commenting, sharing your perspectives, and being part of the conversation. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and if you are catching this on the rewatch, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, the truth don't need a middleman. Good night, everybody.
Two young men, one night, one decision. Can't rewind time, can't rewrite the ending. But somewhere the question changed in the room. From what did they do to who do we assume? Now Stephen, they battling NABJ. Talking reputation, what does character say? Funny how that word start carrying weight when your name in the headline and your legacy at stake. Character. Now everybody wanna talk when your name on the line. Watch the whole room stop. One bad night, they make your whole life bad. One accusation. Ooh, now you fighting for your name back. Stephen A. fighting NABJ over his young man in court. Different stakes, but listen, who you are and what you did ain't the same thing. But perception hit harder when the headlines rain. Character, who control the frame? Who gets grace when they coming for a name? Truth moves slow, narratives move fast. One moment hit the net, now they digging through your past. Courtroom cold, judge drawing that line. Can't dump a whole lifetime in one point in time. Reputation ain't proof, history ain't the act. Character ain't automatically evidence of fact. Outside different, internet got the gavel. One clip, one post, now your whole life unravel. Headline loaded, everybody choose war. Nobody asking what the evidence support. Lord. One mistake, that's who he always been. One good deed, he can never have sin. Both sides reaching, both sides choosing. Truth in the middle while the timeline moving. That's Stephen A saying don't play with my name. NABJ criticism, put character in the frame. Defending his record, defending his work. Saying look what I built for you, drag it through dirt. I ain't picking no winner, that ain't the mission. I'm holding up a mirror to the contradiction. When it's somebody else's character up for debate. When it's your reputation, character carry weight. Tell me who gets grace, who gets their whole resume put back in place, who gets one moment, who gets their whole past, who gets context when judgment moving.
Yeah. This ain't no handouts. No shortcuts. No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman. Middleman.
No middleman, I get it direct. Pressure talk, I don't deal in the flex. Cut the line, I don't wait, I collect. If it's mine, I'ma claim my respect. No middleman, I move with intent. Boss moves only, every dollar was spent. No favors, no deals, no rent. Built from the ground, now the whole game bent. Started with a vision, had to cut the distractions. No handshake, just results and reactions. They was talking plays, I was making it happen. Turn losses to losses, then flipped it to passion.